What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 40 of my Total Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Zhatan has taken the Tower of the Sun and begun the conquest of the eastern colonies. The rest should go pretty quickly / easily, as they are very sparsely defended, or at least this place is. There does appear to be a full stack coming in at Tor Elisor, but without walls, they really don't stand any kind of chance against Zhatan's army. Otherwise, we have also pretty much destroyed GREASUS' faction last episode, taking the last, I want to say, 2 or 3 territories / camps that they had left, and we will be taking out GREASUS himself probably this episode. Just in case he attacks the Obaz, we should, though, level him up, and in terms of that, let's get your Headdress of Zharr. Ooh, wait, we have 4 points, And we could spend it on Hard to Hit and Blade Master and then get Foe Seeker right out. Right off the bat as we level up. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. We could also go for the blue line to get Unbridled Cruelty, but honestly this army barely costs anything in the first place, because the Gobos are so cheap with Brutal Disciplinarian and the, or Harsh Master rather, and the other reductions we have, so it probably doesn't matter. Buff up Yobaz. Alrighty, and Gordas also has a couple skill points, and he does not have the Mentor ability, because I guess he is a unique hero, and thus... And thus he cannot transfer points, but then who does Lord Croak transfer points to? Because he does have Mentor. Well, either way, Yobaz, you can have Counter-Strike. Your melee Counter-Striker, rather. Your melee attack was surprisingly low, but that's probably because of the buffs that you have. So, yeah. Alrighty, keep getting yourself buffed up there. And we also have you, your mage. Lucani Thunderskull. You are going to get, let's see, we don't technically need Reforge, but we could use Infernal Engineer to buff the magma cannons, so let's go for that. I don't see using Vanguard deployment for magma cannons ever. I think we're probably better off getting spells, like a couple points in Piercing Bolts of Burning, and even Flamestorm as well, especially for taking settlements. And then we'll go for Arcane Conduit and the other stuff in this tree. Lovely, you are certainly ready to fight GREASUS. At least I would think so. Let's see what else we gotta do this turn. Oh, Zhatan the Black's actually able to move out of the Tower of the Sun while he's here and at least slightly reducing the construction costs. Let's spend some of the cash that we have on it. Like, ooh. You know, I guess we'll wait for the Altar of Fire. I don't want to spend that many armaments right now. And we do have one more space. We could go for the Incinerator for stuff, but I think it'll have to be the defenses. Alrighty, Zhatan, head out to the Tower of the Stars, and I guess we'll pick up this shipwreck on the way back. Away you go. I don't know why I just decided to lose so many frames for that, but okay. Yeah, you keep moving, buddy, and we'll wait on that. Next up, who needs to move? Internal Recruiter Zork. You are going to the recruitment place, where Troop Train can now actually start on at least a few things. Namely, we want you to get, let's say, one of the regular Infernal Guard, and let's just build up this Great Taurus, mostly because we don't have them anywhere, and we'll probably increase capacity for them shortly as well. Then we have Global Recruitment, and the Global Recruitment does have to come in on the 2 Raider armies. Where are your Raiders? If I can find you, there we go. So Raider Zanaz is nearly ready. We'll also have to do the same for Raider Magmas. I do want both of them to act, or to be able to act, relatively self-sufficiently, so let's build them similar sort of armies, which will mean 2 more magma cannons at least, which will mean another like 700 armaments spent just on increasing their capacity. We definitely need to continue building up more armaments. We also got 1 turn until that can fed, so we're certainly getting there. Sira Mahotar, who are you again? Oh, yes, you. Now, you can't go after Plague Rogue, eh? Wondering what to do with you right now. Plague Rogue probably has to land and go to the Sentinels. I was going to send this guy here to Tower of Gorgoth, but you know what? I'm going to send him instead to the Sentinels and try to go after Plague Rogue. I guess you can either stay here or try to get into the water, depending on what this guy is going to do. He can't land at the Demon Stump by the looks of it. I suppose he could land here, and no, he can't land there. I have no idea what he's gonna do. Alright, you know what, let's just stay here. We'll see what he does next turn. We just won't move Zharr here. And let's see, who else does need to move? Syndra's Blackbeard. You still have the plague, but now you're not in such bad shape because of the overwriting of said plague. Let's pop you into a camp stance, and then keep moving you up here. You can reinforce Zharr as he goes towards the sump pit. Zharr, you got one more turn until the plague is gone, and then you two can head out there together. You could also probably build some more laborers to replace those that you lost. Maybe orc laborers instead of the Gabo ones, especially since we can't use global recruitment right now, because we're busy. Alrighty, tech thieves. We got lots of you. Now, is this place buffed? It is not, which means tech thief can go steal tech. Did he succeed? Syndra's receives plague. Okay, yes. I wasn't sure which plague it was referring to. Oh, Skaldorish is back. You're the Castellan that was going to buff all of our pew-pew lasers, or, well, just Infernal Guard in general, but a lot of pew-pew lasers. Next tech thief, you have to, let's see. I can't steal tech here. I guess you're heading out towards the Regu Dwarfs, as well as the orcs out there. Next tech thief, you've already reached the orcs, and I guess to some degree the dwarfs as well. There's a full stack here. We'll have to watch out for that. As soon as we confederate the disciples of Hashut, there will be a full stack right beside us. We need to find a place where we can bounce between two territories. Zufbar and Grand Peak, maybe? I don't think we can do Fallen King Mountain or anything else here. How many turns you got? You got 2. Alright, start moving down to Nashrak's Lair. Ooh. Although maybe it would have been better to keep an eye on this place. Well, let's steal tech from Nashrak's Lair and then maybe head back to Khazad Kulaz. We'll see. Tech Thief Dumb Tamer, you, let's say to Sildra Tor up next. Ooh, there are High Elven armies here. Oh wow, okay, so that's not an army that our new convoy contracts well. This is not an army that our Gobos can take. Way too elite. And Sun Dragons, I feel that Hexoatl is going to get wrecked by the High Elves. Now the question is then, where are we going to send our raiders? Maybe to fight the... Oh, there's a lot of Skaven corruption here. Huh, looks like the Cult of Sotek has by and large been destroyed by the Skaven. Very nice. Well, we could try to ally with Molder. I wonder how they feel about Rakarth. If we could ally with Molder and Rakarth, that would be swell. But it's hard to say how much they'd like us. Otherwise, I believe that was all the heroes and armies, so we just got buildings to build, and we can end the turn and then continue our attack and take out both GREASUS and the overlords of Zharduk. That the name of this faction? Yes, it is. Alrighty, Forests of the Moon. We'll start with you there. Ore level, sure, build the ore level. Broken Lands of Tianli, yes, to the gold refinery here. Wastelands of Jinshen. Tower of Hashut, you're expensive again. Oh well. I miss you so much, Materials at Sea. Why have you forsaken me? What are we missing here? Well, I guess we got the Ziggurat Tenements up next, so Ziggurat Tenements it is. Nobler Country, a Flayed Rock. Ah yes, the new place. Alright, just keep building stuff. Whatever it is you can build, you're gonna build. Let's go for Donation Barrel, let's go for Ziggurat Tenements, let's go for Demon Smithy. Then we have 2 more spaces. Huh, it should be 1 space. Considering that we built a landmark. What am I missing here? It doesn't really have to be a defensible area, because nobody will ever attack this place again. It's just too far from anything. And the Incinerator gives us no value in this particular area. I guess we could go for a Temple of Hashut or a... well, no, Grand Furnace would be pointless as well. No, I guess it's gonna be another Ash level for more Infernal Castellan capacity. Alright, Gunpowder Road, Nanli. We deleted some stuff here in order to continue making more money, I guess, as well as... Oh, right, because we're not... I guess we could build another war level here. Yeah, let's build another war level here. More Castellan capacity, even though we already have one here, but, well... We're gonna need a lot more Castellans in general. Alright, distillery for you, and port of some sort, and then lastly, I guess... Wait, this is an outpost, which means we are building the underground caverns. Alrighty. Bone Road, let's see what we got here. Tannery does not too much for us, but we will nonetheless upgrade it. Mountains of Morn themselves. Upgrade and upgrade. Valley of Horns will be last. Eastern Colonies. Ah, yes, I said that we'll be skipping you for now, and skipping you we shall be. We could upgrade the manufactory complex here at Black Fortress to be able to build trains, but I think we'll wait on this. 1,500 armaments is quite the investment for something we don't technically need here. Same thing with the stuff at Pig Barter. I guess we could upgrade the ore level. Anything that costs money rather than armaments is really just upgradable. Alrighty, next up, the Desolation of Asgore. Let's get the walls up and running. We already have the Mega Mortar, but we'll certainly need the Fane Barracks. Let's get that production plant and, well, I guess an armament building. Gunsmith it is. We'll see how well the place can defend itself. Next up, we have the Dragon Isles, and actually last up, we have the Dragon Isles. There we go. And that's all done. Now, two things. Double check the diplomacy. I don't believe we did it last episode. Kugath wants to ally, but sorry, Kugath, that's not going to happen. Aghole, Vanaheimlings. How friendly are we with the Legion of Shadow? Shadow Legion, whatever. I mean, reasonably friendly with them. I guess the problem would be Nagaroth. They don't like each other very much, or Nagarond, rather. And I'd really like to trade with the Dark Elves rather than going all the way up there so far away from our territory just to fight them. Seems kind of pointless. Otherwise, there isn't really all that much. We're already trading with the Shadow Legion, though. I mean, Game really doesn't like jumping around like that. So you have vassals of the Vanaheimlings, Sarl, and Goramadni tribe. I guess we could trade with all of those. Sarl, Vanaheimlings, and Goramadni tribe all do want to trade. It's not much, mind you, but, You know what, I think we'll wait a little bit, and I know that it's free money, it's just that I'm a little bit concerned about Nagaroth. We'll wait until we're at least trading with them, and then we'll do that. Next up we got tech. I believe we were headed out either towards convoy cartographers to increase our convoy numbers, or we could go for masterful architects. Now that we've lost the... now that we've lost materials at sea, I think Architect's Decrees is going to be taking priority, even though I did want this stuff. Although this will only take 3 turns to get to, whereas this will take 1, 2... Actually, this won't take that much more. Both are good. Both are real good. Well, let's do Finest Leaders either way, because it's only going to take 1 turn, and then we'll see after that. Alrighty, last lead labor, and then we end the turn and fight GREASUS one last time. Let's see, public order is, that's more or less okay for now, but the labor does need to be transferred. 1 from here. Hopefully we do have surplus somewhere. 2 from here. Wait, how many do we need? 1, 2, 300 by the looks of it, okay. I'm not, there's a surplus right there. Oh, there's some here as well, Mount Lee. Well, that's good because we'll need 1 from here as well. Alright. 1. Oh, did I not take the labor out of the Plain of Zharr? Whoops. Well, I'll do it next time. Oh, you're at 99. Well, if you're at 99, we can transfer from here to 99, and then we'll be at 100%. Mountains of Morn. Wait, I want to take a look at Mountains of Morn for a second before we do any labor transfer. Was that the only one that was negative... or not 100%. Not Ivory Road. Mountains of Morn. Okay, so yeah, this is also going to be all outposts. Alright, fair enough, accept labor. I'm a little bit concerned about having too many territories that require labor right now, mostly because, yeah, we're starting to not have enough, and yeah, we can rely on our convoys to get us a decent amount, but I think we don't want to get any more. We don't want to get any more locations that produce raw materials and require labor. Also, too many of these things. Ah, there we go. Was looking for Mount Lee. How many did we need? 200, 300? 300, okay. Need one more. Yeah, see, the surplus is very, very small now. Razor-thin margins here. And I'm not actually seeing... Ah, we got one here. Alright, beautiful. 1, 2, 3. The funny thing is this place will require more labor shortly, but I suppose Zhatan will land next turn as well, so he should acquire some labor. We might get a little out of GREASUS, though judging by the last time, it's probably not going to be all that much. Alrighty, everybody else looks good to me, so skip, outpost upgrade available, skip, end the turn, and go next. You gonna declare war? No, you're just gonna want military access. We'll declare war on you, buddy. And there it is. GREASUS will indeed be attacking Yoba's goblins versus ogres one more time, but I think we can handle him, especially as these are super goblins. 59-54 on that melee attack and defense. They, in fact, outstats the Iron Guts and the Man-Eaters alike, at least in raw melee attack and defense stats. Obviously, either one would probably still win in a one-on-one, because these guys are just too fragile and have very low armor and are obviously susceptible to both the charge and splash damage off the ogres, but nonetheless, here we go. Alrighty, here we go. GREASUS's last fight, or at least it should probably be GREASUS's last fight, as long as we can win it. And while that may be a little bit getting ahead of myself here, the past performance of this particular army is nothing to sneeze at, and I'm pretty confident that they should be able to take care of these ogres. Anyway, we're going to start the battle off, and bring down some ogre bulls with dual weapons, but yeah, it'll be the skirmisher cab annoying the enemy. Probably not to the degree that they annoyed that one Cathayan army so many episodes ago, where the skirmishers basically destroyed the entire army, but still, by the looks of it, well enough. These guys are going to chase off after the two units of wolf raiders here, the Oglacon's wolf boys and the Gordus's good boys. And it looks like they've nearly brought down the first of the dual weapon units. There's another one getting wrecked by the Hounds of Hashut, and the main drovers are getting chased by Mournfangs and leading them towards the rest of our army. Otherwise, we got the Terra Lupi and their rat catches. No more rats to catch, but not to worry, I'm sure they're happy about catching ogres as well, and now multiple of these wolf raiders are attacking the cavalry from different sides, and it looks like the Mournfangs aren't quite sure what to do. Just sort of zigzagging and jigging back and forth. Poor enemy units. Also, this map does have this nice little river here, which I decided to make use of in the deployment. It does slow units down when they travel through it, or at least it should in theory, as it does have that water symbol when you're on it. Fording the river should slow most units down, unless these guys have... Does Strider... I assume that Strider also bypasses the water effect. Never actually looked into it, but... I would be nearly positive that it does, or at least it should. Well, I guess I can find out next time I have a unit with Strider. Anyway, enemy has not reached our army as yet and is continuing to march forward. GREASUS is still in the middle of his force, but we will send Gordas to fight him whenever we can. Otherwise, gonna speed it back up to normal. These poor ogres are continuing to take shots from all of our wolf raiders that they just can't catch. They're probably used to being considerably faster than most enemies, and now they've gotten close enough so that our regular archers can fire at them as well. They're probably having a little bit of trouble with the fact that most of our army was hidden by virtue of, well, hide, before they actually got here. Alrighty, very, very nice, and it looks like these man-eaters are pretty much done for. The Mournfangs still have not managed to catch anything, and they probably won't unless they head directly towards our main line, because there's just no way they're catching the, Wolf Raiders. Alrighty, and there we go, charging into those Hobgoblin Cutthroats from the side, but we got the Sneaky Gits moving in from the flanks as well. The British Hobbits are going to do some stabbing. Alright, surround the Mournfangs, and it looks like they're booking it on out of there. Broken, terrified, and exhausted. Yep, sounds like fighting these guys. Alrighty, let's see how else we're doing. Gordas is now moving around. He's going to try to get through the rest of the enemy army towards GREASUS so that he can fight him a little bit, while the rest of the army is drawn towards our main line. Such as it is, it's really not much of a main line because a lot of this army is based on the Sneaky Gits and the Wolf Raiders. But it's enough of the Cutthroats to hold enemies back while our magma cannons and our archers dish out damage. Ooh, gotta be careful with that thing, though. That could have done damage to us, and we've summoned Arcadai Fireborn as well, and they're going to be holding back some enemies while we focus on the other half of them, essentially. I'm going to pop the Wrath of Zharr there just because it really isn't all that useful against ogres, but here comes a a flame and shadow on them, and it did look like it brought at least a few of them down, although hard to say how much of that was the spell and how much of it exactly was the units firing at them. Anyway, Gordas has arrived and is attacking GREASUS. When he has all his buffs up, Gordas I mean, he's got pretty insane stats. Unfortunately, the buffs don't last long, so he's got to try to do as much damage to GREASUS as he can, ideally break him, if possible. There's a unit of Nobblar Trappers moving around, but it looks like they didn't want to fight Gordas instead. Gordas just wants to feed his wolf. There's a nice drumstick here for him. Alright, how we doing here? Gordas is at half and GREASUS is at half, but Gordas has now lost all his stats, which means it's going to get a lot dicier fighting GREASUS. GREASUS has regeneration, a much larger HP pool, and generally better stats, so unfortunately, we're going to have to back off. Though it was about half and half, it looks like Gordas is going to rout. What I probably should have done is simply backed him off until the spells or the abilities came back up, and then sent him in again. As we saw, when he charged in with all of his abilities, GREASUS lost like a third or maybe a quarter of his HP, while Gordas took no damage at all. So clearly, if he went back in and cycle charged with, or ability cycle charged a little bit, he could have done it without too much trouble. But unfortunately the battle was ending, and it looks like the battle is indeed ending as GREASUS's ogres are done, and they're gonna book it on out of there. Obviously the Gorgers will fight to the death because they are unbreakable, but there aren't many of them left in the first place. Ogres may be fast at running, but this particular army has enough Wolf Raiders, and powered up Wolf Raiders at that, to chase them all down and kill them. Gordas is also now coming back, and with GREASUS running away, this is the perfect opportunity to stab him in the back, which Gobos are very much known for, and then steal all that treasure. Alrighty, well, it'll take him some time to break down GREASUS into his constituent parts while we give chase. Ow, that guy just took an arrow to the head there. It looked like that was the one to bring the Iron Gut down. Anyway, with that, the battle is over. I just want to see GREASUS's death animation, and then we'll speed through the rest of the chase. And down he goes. Too bad the elevation doesn't make him... it doesn't make him roll downhill, or other units in general. I'd love to see a giant, like an actual giant, or even a Hyro Titan, just straight up roll down a hill, crushing units as they go. I mean, they do crush units when they fall, after all. Huh. I wonder if GREASUS crushes units when he falls. I don't think so, but... I'm gonna have to test that out at some point. Anyway, decisive victory for us, and that will be the last, I believe, we will see of GREASUS. He has one settlement remaining, no defenses, and he certainly can't get back up in a single turn. Fare thee well. Alright, it looks like we actually did get a very decent amount of labor this time. Nothing like the type we got for fighting the Skaven, but at least fairly decent. Anyway, GREASUS Goldtooth gutted, and I do believe with that his faction is pretty much done. It's 172 labor. Yeah, I think we're gonna take the labor. And we can heal up over the next turn, I know. And this would heal up our single entities as well, which is just swell, but yeah, everything needs to turn towards getting us extra labor, at least for the next little while. Soon, hopefully, we'll find a nice balance as the public order climbs and as we lose the negatives of the confederations over time. Archaon, what you want, buddy? Too bad you can't provide us any useful troops. You want us to join war against the Golden Order. There's no need for that at the current time. Huh, we're actually only down to only 84 factions already. Not too bad. And about to be a few less. Goldtooth is about to die, and the overlords of Zharr are about to die as well, so yeah. Ruin just got a plague, and oh, okay, I need to rename this place. Seems like an inauspicious name. Redirected river, sure. I'll think about what to name that, or maybe take it from one of the suggestions. Hello. So, Draj has lost his plague. I think we'll send, or allow him to heal for one turn, allow him to heal to full. I don't really care about rot so much, so maybe you'll come in as reinforcement, maybe you won't, but I'd rather fight with a full HP, just in case we somehow get ourselves another plague. No need to risk it. Also, I forgot to check new Castellans, and ooh, another unethical. Wow, level 20 to start off. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Compulsive, controlling, selfish, vainglorious, envious, selfish, impulsive, no exiled that I can see. I still do really want a better overseer. Man, the traits on the overseers have been absolute trash, and it's quite disappointing. Oh well. Alrighty, well, let's summon that Castellan. You can get summoned to Darkhold, I guess. Wait, can we even build? Yes, we can. Unethical. Now we have two unethicals. The one is at level 3, and then one is at level 20. Pretty big difference between the two, but it's your own fault for getting assassinated. You're lucky you don't get killed, but your trait is too rare for us to delete you out of spite. Alrighty, now, Plague Rolk has arrived, which means I do believe we should be able to auto-resolve him, yes? Yeah, there's not much in here. Yeah, nobody dies. Plague Roll, goodbye. There's no need to fight such a weak army. We are going to take the labor. I guess if we had fought it manually, we could have gotten a little bit more labor out of it, but it is, once again, not a big deal. Baldig, you have run away. This guy's name is Crud. That's a great name. Can any of you steal tech from here? No, it's probably unlikely. Just out of curiosity, if I can ever select you. What's the chances? 64, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Alrighty, Yobaz, take the Valley of Horns, and that will be that for GREASUS. Auto-resolve. I have free talisman of protection, very nice. And we will occupy the place as yet another outpost. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I guess Baldig is still alive. Can we reach him with you, by the way? No. Close, but no. Hey, Sarah is now able to move as well. You're gonna move out here. We are going to... too bad you can't reach Mount Silver Spear. I was hoping to actually get all 3 factions destroyed in this particular episode, but I guess we'll have to wait for next episode for the 3rd. Well, I guess technically GREASUS is alive until Baldig dies, but Baldig will die next turn, so yeah. Alrighty, are you guys able to attack Tower of Gorgoth? What do we have in terms of defenses here? Not really much. With all of these armies, I don't think there's any kind of problem, but we'll see if it's auto-resolvable or not. I just don't feel like this is a difficult enough battle. Yeah, one army alone is able to auto-resolve it. It's mostly Gobos, so... And regular Dwarf Warriors, not even really Infernal Guards, so yeah, no chances there. Let us do this to influence the auto-resolve slightly, then we will move the second army up, and then we will sack the Tower of Gorgoth, and then take it at max... Ooh. Wait a second. We don't have enough conclave influence to take it at max unless we want to delay the Confederation. Hey, what? Are you not close enough? Come on, man. What is this? You look close enough, but apparently are not. Alright, now, yes, decisive victory, low casualties, down you go. 230 labor, not horrible. And... Huh. Wait. It starts at 3. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. So when we take it from our... when we took it from other Chaos Dwarfs, we started at tier 3? I don't think I've ever seen it start at tier 3 before. I suppose maybe we keep some of the levels, but maybe if we sack it, we don't. But either way, I think we still want all the extra labor. So you're gonna sack it. United against us, Zhatan. Oh, well, that's well for Zhatan, but they're a little bit far to actually do anything with that. Anyway, I will decide on what to do with the Tower of Gorgoth in next episode, mostly because we need to maintain the Conclave influence, because at the start of next episode, we will be confederating the Disciples of Hashut. Hopefully, Astrogoth is alive somewhere out here. I don't see... Oh, no, he's right there. Okay, so he is alive. Beautiful. Which means we can confederate at any time. I guess we could also wait... Oh, there's a Kislev army. Yeah, but we're not at war with Kislev, technically. Also, is Astrogoth at war with Wintertooth? Yes, he is. I guess we'll have to ask ourselves whether we want to be at war with Wintertooth or not. How strong are these guys, by the way? They have 4 settlements, so not very strong, and honestly, they don't like us very much, and they're holding Krakadrak. We can't let them have Krakadrak. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to call it here. Next time, we'll start out by doing a little bit of admin after the Confederation of Astrogoth. If his army can move, and depending on what's in it, we might actually just declare war on Kislev and attack to immediately get the debut battle. Otherwise, more battles to come as we destroy the overlords of Zharduk for good, as we destroy the Blue Roses for good, as the last element of the Goldtooth fall, and probably the eastern colonies will die very soon as well. Where are you going? Yeah, you're not taking that. You're like, oh, we got a full stack coming in. Huh. Oh, we could actually intercept them if we want, but I'm not even sure it's necessary. Honestly, I doubt that the stack is good enough for us to worry about. Anyway, I guess we'll find out next time, so stay tuned for it. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.